Okay, we're making Nanabase's spaghetti sauce today, and it takes a while, but oh, is it good, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. It's just one of those old-fashioned recipes that's really good. And we're going to start off with just sauteing some onion, chopped onion, to get it started, and then we're going to add some meat and some seasoning and some tomato paste, and eventually it's going to become a really good spaghetti sauce. Okay, so we've got the onions sauteing there nicely, and next up we're going to add in our ground beef and ground pork. I'm actually making a double batch today because I like this stuff, and it's fall and it's going to freeze, and it'll be great to pull out of the freezer when I have a night that I don't feel like cooking. So we got a couple of pounds of ground pork and beef in there. We're going to stir that up and mix it up, and we're going to brown that up. It's going to take a little while. But also, and here's one of the key things in making this barbecue sauce. I'm sorry, not barbecue sauce. Spaghetti sauce. I'm going to add some tomato paste right now. Now, normally you'd think it would get added when you're making up the actual spaghetti sauce, but if you do it now, occasionally tomato paste will have a metallic taste to it. But by adding it now, and mixing it in with the cooking and the browning of the meat, it gets rid of that, and so you get a nice tomato taste, and that's what, of course, we want. Okay, so we're going to mix all this together. It's going to take a little while to brown up. We're going to season it in a minute, and then get a big old stock pot ready. Okay, while we're getting the meat browned, we're going to prepare all our ingredients for the stock pot. And that's what we're going to start with now. We're going to chop up a little bit of celery. As I said, I'm making a double batch here, so I'm going to do 4 stalks, or whatever you want. We've got onion already. Now we're going to have a little bit of celery, and we'll be all set. Okay, so I've got a big old stock pot here ready to go. I'm going to throw those in, and then we're going to add some diced tomatoes, just cans of them, quite a few, 4 28-ounce cans, and then some tomato soup. So while that meat is still browning up, I'm going to start the simmer on this sauce and let it cook and simmer for 40 minutes or so. By that point, the meat will be ready, and that's when we can drain it and add it in. Okay, we've been simmering the sauce now for about 40 minutes. It's getting warm. I've drained off the meat, and now I'm going to add the meat to the sauce. Most of the grease is drained off. It's just some little juice left in there now. And this is heavy, but it's going to be good. So I'll add the meat in. Okay, so we're going to throw this back on. And we're going to give it a real good mix. We are going to have one huge stock pot. It's really good spaghetti sauce. Now, as I said, in about an hour, I'm going to come back. We're going to season it again, taste it. Probably add some salt and pepper, some Italian seasoning, and then the magic ingredient that really makes this special. But for now, it just needs to simmer. It needs to cook. Okay, I think we got this up to a simmer. We do, so I'm going to turn that down a little bit. I've done that. I'm going to give it a good stir. And we're going to add the secret ingredient. And the secret ingredient is really kind of just straightforward. It's just a couple of handfuls of cheddar cheese. But boy, does it make a difference. And it will just change the flavor, add another profile to it, and thicken it up a little bit, and is it ever good. So there we go. Now we're going to let that simmer a little while longer, and we're set to go. There we go. Okay, there's one more ingredient to add here that I kind of left out before, and it's to taste. There's really no amount, but it is just straight sugar. This isn't the secret ingredient. This is just one I left out initially. I'm just going to add a little bit of sugar in there just to sweeten it up a little bit. And again, it's just to taste, so whatever works for you. And again, just let it simmer, let it blend together, and it'll be great. So there it is, a good hour and a half into the simmer. You can see it simmering away, and it looks beautiful. It's going to be terrific. We'll give it a little stir. And I'll thin out a little bit as we go, and it'll be fantastic. Okay, we got ourselves some good old-fashioned, homemade, really good spaghetti sauce. So I've cooked up a little bit of pasta here. We're going to give it a try. Ooh, does that look good? I'm going to add a little bit of Parmesan to it. Now there is a delicious meal.